Hello everyone and welcome to Harv's World for another episode of Off the Grid. So I told you I was leaving. I was going out of town. I left. I got out coming into town on the back way right now on Typo Sev Way. Rolling past the strip mall. It's been I needed a break. I had to get away for a little bit, and I keep talking about Chuck. He's been coming up more and more lately, and, I just decided it was time to step back from everything for a minute and go see Chuck. So that's where I've been. Been in contact with Kevin. He is doing much, much better. He's back at work now. That's a very, very good thing. In fact, he said if I was coming into town today, he could use my help. And I said, well, I should be rolling in there sometime in the not too distant future, and I've got something to show you. I said I wanted to be there to show you this. So he said he was down with that. He's cool with that. So I called him just a little bit ago and said, meet me up past the sawmill. I gave him directions, and I want to show him what I've done to start prepping for that sugar mill. He just keeps talking about those sugar beets. Those sugar beets are going to spoil. They're going to go to waste, whatever. And I just don't think he likes sugar beets. Like, I could cook some up and eat them. I don't think Kevin is a fan. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, no, it's a good idea, though. It is a good idea, and I understand why he wants to do it. It's totally kosher with me. But hopefully he's on his way up there to meet me, and I'm going to show him exactly what I have done. And it's in his hands. I cleared the spot. It's all good to go. He obviously is, I'll foot the bill. I got no problem with that. But I've got too many other irons in the fire at the moment. In fact, I've got a little surprise for Lisa Helen. Or maybe she already knows about it. My turn, Lisa. My turn. Anyway, we'll check in on that too. I want to see how that's going. So let me get up there and see if I can't find Kev and get this day running. As I recall, it should be just up over this rise. Yes, oh, there's a stump. See, sneaky stumps, man. There was a stump. I just saw it back there. I'll need to take that out. It's going to get in somebody's way. Anyway, oh, Kevin beat me up here. Nice, very nice, good. Then we won't have to fool around here for too long. All right, Kevin. Well, you've been on me about that sugar mill, right? Yeah, right. Well, and you know what kind of trouble we've had with the people in town, right? Yeah, right. Well, and we've got all those sugar beets stored up, right? Yeah, right. So, anyway, this is the spot for your sugar mill. I dug back into the forest. I set it way back. Nobody should have any complaints. It's yours to do. All yours. I'm putting it in your hands. I've got the spot cleared for you. If you need more space, let me know. But I think this is going to do very, very nicely. But hire the contractors, do what you got to do. Get it set up and put in. It's all yours. Excellent. Okay. I will see you back at the homestead. I'm going to run down to the sawmill because I just want to check in down there, make sure everything is set up and kosher because I need to do a lot. I need to get a lot done with the sawmill. I'm going to be counting on the sawmill for income in a big, big way. So, and I've got to crank that thing up. I've got, I'm not going to say I've put it off completely. There's that sneaky stump. I've been working it a little bit. You know, I pulled all these trees out, but still, I need to get it cranking because it really is my primary source of income, and I do need to start generating that income because I've got some expenses coming up, and there's no getting around it. Oh, that thing is still where I parked it. It'll be fine. Stump grinder, good, because I'm going to need that. Yep, everything's in good shape. Everything's where it should be. Excellent. Okay. Very nice. I want to get down to harvesting today for reasons of my own. But for now, I need to get back to the homestead because I did promise Kevin some help, and I'm sure he's well on his way at this point. Well ahead of me, at least. So, yeah, that's my first chore: helping Kevin out, getting whatever done he needs me to take care of, and then harvesting. Here I come, because things are afoot. Things are very much afoot. Just ask Mr. Watson. Yes, that's a Sherlock Holmes reference for those of you who didn't quite get it. Anyway, I'll see you at the homestead. Whoa, I didn't think I was gone that long. Now I know what Kevin wants help with. Of course he's out here running like a son of a gun, because that's what he does. Pushing all the... I guarantee you it won't be long before he's got that sugar mill either well underway or pretty darn close to complete. Because does the guy even sleep? Seriously. I mean, he just runs and runs and runs. That's an odd pass. Man, we're going to have so much straw. I hope Hugo's in the mood for some straw. And I'll tell you what, I don't think my little baler's up to the task. I don't think it's up to the task at all. I guess I'm running chaser bin here, which works for me. I mean, don't get me wrong, I like the new harvester, but sometimes it's nice just to sit back and, well, let's see. I'm not going to be able to do diddly squat on this pass, so I'm going to have to run down to the end and wait for him to turn around before I can unload him. I hope he's got room, because, man, he's already been at it. Telling you, Kevin, the guy doesn't sleep. He does not sleep. I'm telling you right now. Like 2 hours a night. He might be like Thomas Edison and you know, little power naps. At least I hope he's not power napping behind the wheel of the harvester, but hopefully he'll get down here so I can unload him pretty quick. Well, he got down here, but I didn't get to him in time. Of course I didn't. I ended up unloading him, so I'm going to try to stay on it. If I can keep him empty to the end of this, and I should be able to swing around, head back down to the far end of the field back there, and then get him as he's running down through this way. And there is going to be a lot of wheat off of this field. And I'm doing a really poor job of chaser binning right now. I really am. Out of practice. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. I'm just out of practice. And I hope Kevin's okay with me helping out with this harvest and then bailing out on him, because, well, I needed a vacation. I had to get away, and I really wanted to see Chuck. Oh, and you know, I should give you an update on Chuck since I went to see him. He's doing really well. He's doing really, really well. You know, he's getting around okay. You know, he's using a cane these days, and of course, Chuck is Chuck. He's a grumpy old codger, but you know, for the most part, he is trying to keep in good spirits. He was very, very happy to see me. Seems like, and you know, I know Charlie's there frequently, probably 2 or 3 times a week, but you know, when you're stuck in a place you're not necessarily comfortable with, um, sometimes it feels like you're alone a lot longer than you are. It is what it is, you know. We do what we can. That's all we can do. But and I'll go see him again. Hopefully sooner rather than later, because I have missed him. You know, he's kind of the face of this place. You know, he always will be to me anyway. Well, holy shnikes, Batman! This field isn't even half harvested yet. Oh man, I'm getting a little carried away with my terms. Not even half harvested yet. We've got six. Well, maybe it's half. Maybe 60,000 liters already. Kevin was right about this trailer. Yeah, he was right. With this field, we definitely need a bigger trailer, and he called it. He called it. I guess I shouldn't give him such a hard time about the sugar mill. He knows what he's talking about, and I know he knows what he's talking about. Come on, belly dump that stuff. Yeah, he knows what he's talking about. I never doubted him, but at the same time, I mean, we could end up with 100+ thousand liters off of this field. That's a lot of. I hope he's got a good buyer for it. I'm afraid to think how much straw is going to come off the field. I really am. It's going to be crazy, the amount of straw. But that's going to be up to Kev, because I've got other fish to fry. You can see I've started loading I got some time to sit, so I've started loading my truck up. Got some deliveries to make this afternoon. Again, I got to get down to Harveston. Maybe I'll just go the long way when I deliver those that product. Yeah, I think that's what I'll do. I'll go the long way around through Hugo's place and stop in Harveston and check in, see what's going on down there. Well, that's it. Kev's done. Outstanding. Absolutely outstanding. Yeah, well, you know how Harv is. He gets excited and starts to overestimate. 91,548 liters off this. That's still pretty darn amazing. Almost 100,000. We almost broke 100,000. Holy shnikes, Kev. Actually, I planted this field, didn't I? Yeah, I still might know a little bit of something about what I'm doing. Kevin doesn't have a lock on all of it. Nah, Kevin's great. I mean, you can see what the farm's doing now that he's come around. I don't envy him all that straw, though. In fact, I'm going to tell him about that before I head out. Actually, I'm just going to let him know that I can't hang about right now. I've got too many things to do. Oh, look at that. He got my wool all loaded. Oh, that's another delivery I'm going to have to make today. Playing catch up, man. This is the problem when you take a break. Life doesn't stop just because you step away for a few minutes. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Come on, Harv. Put it in that hole. There, that'll do. Let's cover her up. Shut her down. Man, that truck came from Chuck, too. Ah, Chuck. I'll tell you what, it was good to visit him because, well, it was inspiring. Hey, Kevin, I've got stuff I've got to catch up on. I hope you don't need too much more help. You're good? You're good? You do what you got to do. There's a lot of frickin' straw in this field. I don't know what you're going to do about. You got it covered? Oh, okay. All right. I'm out of here, man. I got fish to fry. All right, take care, buddy. Okay. Oh, good, Harv. You left your truck running. That's all right. We'll live. Off to harvesting. Off to the cake shop. I actually got a call from the cake shop while I was waiting on Kevin to turn around at one point. You know, like, hey, Harv, we haven't heard from you in a while. We could use some milk and eggs, brother. And I said, as fortune would have it, I'm going to be there with milk and eggs this afternoon. I hope that's okay. And they said, yeah, you know, we'll take them whenever you got them. And so off I go with milk and eggs. And the cows have been going to town. I mean, I've got more milk than I can haul in this little trailer. I wish I could find somebody who would paint this trailer for me. It's not dirty or anything. It's rusty. The inside is clean as a whistle. If you looked inside of it, you would see that it is like shiny, bright, and new. I keep it spick and span. You know, when I empty milk, I clean all that out. Harvesting, yes, nice. Okay, and yes, they are here. Outstanding, absolutely outstanding. Oh, yeah, My surveyor has been here. Very, very nice. Very nice indeed. And they have started work. Oh, yeah. Harv is a happy man. I told you, and I'll fill you in a little bit on what's going on. I'm going to stop it. Oh, look at this, though. Looks like Lisa Helen finished up her business. Her house. She's got a little shop out here. Not bad, Lisa Helen. Not bad at all. Kudos to you, girlfriend. Knock, knock. Oh, there she is. Hey, Lisa, nice house. I like your shop. You're just getting started. So what's going on with everything out there? Well, I mean, you got the ball rolling. I figured I needed to start taking an active role. I mean, it is my land after all. So I've been away visiting my friend Chuck for a while. He helped me out a lot. You know, Chuck has always been there for me, and he really got me fired up. He got me inspired. So I had a surveyor come in. He staked out some plots. Those plots are going up for sale, $50,000 a piece, and they are coded for business or residential. So if you know of anybody, oh, you do. Somebody feels like we should have a gas station on this side. Some competition. Hey, that sounds good to me. Tell them to get in touch with me. I'll put them in touch with my lawyer and we'll get the ball rolling. The building going on out there? Oh, yeah. That's going to be the Harvesting Town Hall. I figured it needs to be front and center, right out there where everybody can see it when they first come into town. I don't know, but that's how it's going to be. All right. Well, you've done a great job here. I like this place. Catch you later. I've got a lot to get done. Man, she really did do a good job on this. It all fits together. Look, I mean, the house, run it into the shop. That's pretty slick, actually. I like that. I like that a lot. Oh, all right. Off to the cake shop. The bakery, whatever you want to call it. The place where they make pastries and stuff. Something like that. I don't know if they're ever going to finish this construction over here. It seems like they've been working on it for ages. Oh, well, none of my business. What do I care? I don't. But These guys at the cake shop are decent, so that's why I bring them my stuff. Milk and eggs. Let's see what they're going to pay me for milk and eggs. Oh, were they taking my eggs right off the truck? Oh, yes, they are. Outstanding. Very nice. I can dump it all at once. $6,000 for my eggs. Oh, I thought I was giving them my milk. I was until I backed up. That's what happened. Harv? Seriously. Probably another $6,000 for, yeah, that's pretty good. 10 or 11. 10 or 11 total, I'd say. Yeah, that's really good. I'll take it. You know, if you do it right, there's a little bit of money to be making farming. Milk, eggs, crops. That wasn't my plan when I came up here, but apparently it is now. Oh, I gotta haul cotton. I keep saying haul cotton. I mean wool. I've got cotton on the brain. I think I'm still addled from the cotton fiasco. I mean, yeah. Anyway, I'm going to leave it at that. Shutting up. Shut up, Harv. Just shut up. Get back. Drop this stuff off and head up to the sawmill. Because, well, daylight's not done yet. And, frankly, you can still get some work done. So get over there and do it. I didn't even bother going back to the homestead. I just came up here. I can bring that stuff back later when I go back down. But right now, I got to get this sawmill working. Which means I need this bad boy, and I need it running hard. I need to run it hard. I know, it seems odd, right? Maybe. I'm telling you. So, let me fill you in just a little bit more about what happened with Chuck. Now, you know, you see a good friend like that. And, you know, I remember Chuck the way he used to be. That's my memory of Chuck was, you know, that vibrant, stubborn, ornery old guy. You know, that's my memory of Chuck. That's what I know of Chuck. And you know, we're sitting there talking, and you know, and it's not like I'm there just playing tiddlywinks the whole time with him, you know. His mind is still sharp. It's just his body is giving out on him, you know. So anyway, we're sitting there talking, and he says, "Harv, what are you doing?" And I said, visiting you, Chuck. And he said, "That's not what I mean, and you know it's not what I mean." He said, "You're doing this, you're doing that, you've got a sawmill, you've got the homestead and the farm, and you've got this whole town thing going on. What are you doing?" He says, What's your goal? What's your plan? What are you going to do?" "Well, I'm just going to keep moving forward and seeing how things turn out." He said, "Well, that's no way to be. You don't wait for things to see how things are going to turn out. You take action. You make things turn out the way you want things to turn out." I'm like, "Well, I am, Chuck. I mean, I got the sawmill up and running. I've got a spot cleared, if you know, for Kevin to put in the sugar mill he wants to put in." I said, Lisa Helen is kind of taking charge of the property down in Harveston." He's like, "What's that all about?" I said, "Well," and I told him the whole story of Lisa Helen and how she ended up being on the homestead. She needed a place to stay and all of that. But he said, I don't care about any of that crap." He's like, "That's just, you know, that's what any normal, decent person would do to help somebody out." He says, he said, why is she doing your job? And I said, because, and I said, first of all, she's not doing my, well, she is kind of doing my job. All right, I'm not going to argue about it. I'm not going to split hairs over it. I said, you know, I'm not in a hurry to get harvesting up and running. That's never been my goal. You know, it's never been a major priority. And he said, well, she's making it a priority, isn't she? And I said, I guess so. If you know, if you put it that way. He's like, you know, you can't let somebody come in and just do whatever it is they want to do. You know, even if they're just on top of it because they want to be on top of it, you have to be on top of it. You need to get back up there and take charge of your property again before she gets it in her head that she can do whatever she wants to do whenever she wants to do it. And I said, well, you're making a lot of sense, Chuck. He's like, get it together, boy. You know, you got a lot of potential, but you're letting it lapse. Chuck was never one to mince words. You're not friends with Chuck if you're not ready to hear some cold hard advice sometimes. He said, you know, you got to get back up there, and you have got to get in charge of that situation. That's all there is to it. You can't let it go on. And he was making a lot of sense, and I got the point. And you know, he said, look at everything that you have accomplished. He's like, I'm not trying to sit here and tell you haven't done anything. He's like, you have done amazing things since you were up there. He said, look at me, I want to be backed up there. I want to be doing. But I can't. They won't let me, and to be honest, I've kind of come to terms with the fact that this old body it's going to last forever, and I can't do the things that I used to be able to do. But you have that opportunity, and you're just ignoring it. Again, you don't. You're not friends with Chuck if you're not willing to listen to some cold, hard, well-meant advice, I should say. It is always, he is always well-meaning, but he does not beat around the bush. He tells it like it is. On the drive back up here, I was thinking a lot about the advice he was giving me, thinking a lot about him and his situation, thinking a lot about me and my situation. And it just lit a fire under my proverbial backside. And so now it's time to push. Push, push, and push. I've got Kevin. He's going to take care of the homestead for the most part now that he's all healed up again, which is, I was very happy to hear. I'm glad he came through that with no trouble. That was important. And it seems like he's just back and ready to work as hard as ever. Anyway, I've got Kevin. He's going to handle the majority of the stuff at the homestead. I am not going to make him do everything. I've still got responsibilities over there. But the bottom line is, I need to get more involved in general, and I can't sit here and go, I've got too many irons in the fire. I do have too many irons in the fire. There's only one way to take those irons out of the fire, though, and that's to complete some of them. That's the only way. You can only take irons out of the fire when they're done getting hot. So that's what I've got to do. I've got to blow air on my fire and heat it up. Get my irons hot. Hot, hot, hot. And I don't plan to clear cut this and just leave it either. I'm going to replant too. That's how you keep, you know, harvesting a forest isn't much different from harvesting a field. If you want more to harvest in the future, you've got to replenish it. Anyway, talking to Kevin, I said, Kevin, I said, you know, there was that little plan that I wanted you to start looking into. He said, yeah. I said, don't stop. I said, just keep looking into it. I've been thinking about something, and we're gonna see what happens in the future. I don't know yet, but you keep working that plan, brother. He said, I'm on it, boss. And every time he calls me boss, he always he always has a little quirky, sarcastic twang in his voice. You know that that yeah, you know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. You know that I'm on it, boss. That kind of, you don't have to tell me twice. And he knows I don't have to tell him. I mean, he knows I know. I've told him plenty of times how much help he's been and how grateful I am to have him here. So I'm going to keep harvesting some logs. I'm sure Kevin's up there making the most of the rest of the day getting that field prepped again, or at least getting started on it. I'm sure I will help him more in the future. But for now, I think that's going to do it for this episode of Off the Grid. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please remember to hit the like and subscribe buttons down below. As always, I very much appreciate you coming along for the ride. And until next time, take care.